Welcome back to another episode of Last One y Nos Vamos.
Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode.
Y acá tenemos a quién?
Acá tenemos el Jay Lenchito, me han dicho unos días atrás.
Lenchito. And where can people find us aside from YouTube?
They can find us Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify Music and Apple Music.
Apple Music, yes, guys. So if you don't want to see our beautiful, lovely faces, ahí pues, even on YouTube, watch all of them while you're listening to one, put on the other one, and the other one, and the other one.
Hi. She's trying to get the algorithm going.
Why not? Oh, I've been wanting to say this, but I keep forgetting to say it. The raffle. You wanna remind people about the raffle?
Ooh.
I know. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. We've been
Hace unos años atrás. Like it says in SpongeBob.
Put some temerarios on. Some
it says SpongeBob.
One eternity later.
Which one?
Couple years later or
A few moments later.
Yes, guys.
Okay, tell everybody about the raffle.
Well,
Yes, we still
basically,
have a
there's
raffle.
two shirts. There's a championship
Wait, not just shirt. Just not a shirt.
There's two shirts. Mm-hmm. One is a championship from back of the 2020 Lakers. As you can tell, Mr. Kobe Bryant on the back. The last championship that Kobe won. Mm-hmm. And that's for the 500 subscribers here in the United States where we can ship it out.
Yes.
Then for 1,000 subscribers, we're giving a Lakers Kobe Bryant number 8 jersey. And that's again for the United States
only. Yes, guys. Sorry. Hopefully,
shipping.
I know. Hopefully, one day we can, branch out a little bit outside of the U.S. But for now, yes, just the U.S. So 500.
Just throwing it out there. A great Christmas gift.
So tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your tío, tell your tía, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell your bird. Okay, so a lo que vinieron. What are we going to talk about today?
Is that going to be your quote? A lo que vinieron?
A lo que vinieron.
Yeah, is that going to be your phrase at the beginning of the podcast now?
Because people don't want to hear me rambling off. They want to, okay, what's Lenchito and Maguito talking about today?
No.
That's why.
It's just weird to hear you, to be honest, pero dale
okay,
pues.
A lo que vinieron. So a few episodes before, you came up with a great idea to talk about engagement rings, right?
Así es.
All
Go
right.
check out
Go check
the
it out,
episode.
guys. Yes, go check it out. Now, fast forward. Here comes the wedding, the ceremony, the venue, family, friends. Everybody gets together. Kids, hasta los perros, right? They sometimes even end up showing up. Have you ever been to a wedding before?
I've been to just a classic wedding where there's everybody involved. Is that what you're trying to get to?
How did you know? I'm like, do you know where I'm going with this?
I mean, I don't know. You talking about weddings here? Are you planning our wedding already or what?
I'm like, maybe. Are we dropping some hints right now?
No,
I don't know. We'll keep people thinking. But anywho, let's keep moving.
All right.
We'll keep people in suspense. Okay, so I've been seeing a lot. I mean, I have heard about it, and I know of someone who has had an adult-only wedding. How do we feel about whether having kids at a wedding or not having kids at a wedding? Dun, dun, dun. Hey, high five for that. We got it at the same time. Now let's bring it back to our culture, right? I know there's a lot of cultures where they welcome everyone to their weddings, but there's another side where they would prefer to have an adults only wedding. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
It's whatever they want.
Right?
Los esposos y esposas.
Okay.
Well, esposo y esposa, right? Can't say esposos y esposas, like more than one. Sorry.
Esposo y esposa. Yeah, you know what? Well, I mean, yeah, sometimes there are that, not to get off topic, but there's polygamous weddings, maybe, in some cultures, and that's completely allowed. But back to what we were talking about. Adult only weddings. We already said we agreed, es a lo que whatever everybody feels like doing. It's your money, right? You're going to pay for it.
That's funny that you said that because I was like, there is a twist to it though. Si empiezas con los padrinos y padrinas, pues...
Madrinas.
Oh, sorry. Padrinos y madrinas. There's really not much you can really say, can't you? Can you be that strict?
Because meaning like they might have some say into it?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because you're kind of using them definitely if you're like, hey, I just want an adult wedding, but they have 4 chiquillos.
Oh, I see what you mean. Because like in se conoce mucho que el padrino, que para las sillas, que para esto, y
I'm
para
just
otro,
saying
and they have their own
it'd
kids.
be a little bit more difficult to be more strict if you want an adult wedding. I just feel that way. But again, if you can pull it off, go for it then.
No, you're absolutely right. And there's people who do that, but that's why a lot of people choose to maybe just pay for it themselves. Right. Así pa que no haga, well, I paid for this, so I should have some say in this. I see where you're going with this. So in that one, yeah, I can see how it would be tricky. But the whole adult, I feel like it's a good idea. Right, because I'm thinking about the positive things and the good and the good things about having an adult only wedding. Because think about what's one thing that you can think about that would be a pro, like something that okay, you know what, I'll go. I think that's a good idea as to having an all adult wedding. Can't think of anything.
Not really. I
No?
mean, I've never really thought
Damn,
about
I'm
having
selfish.
kids. Yeah, I've never really thought about having kids or no kids. I can say, I mean, one of the weddings I've been through for my sister, I can't really recall having little kids there. It didn't really matter. I think there was only one or two.
But they're already
it wasn't
kind
a big deal.
Pero ya estaban grandecitos, no? Maybe.
Let's say no, they were at least 10 and under.
Are you talking about like maybe your nieces and nephews?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm saying, but those are the only kids involved, so it wasn't really, I understand you guys maybe thinking on the bigger side of like kids running everywhere.
Yeah.
But I've never had the family either of that, so it's like I'm not really paying attention for that.
I can see that. Yeah, you know what? You're right, because you don't have a big family. And for me on this side, I mean, there's so many generations in my family still currently living, and it's going to be like if we were to decide to have a big wedding or invite everyone, it's going to be a little tricky. But let me talk about some of the pros for me personally, and chime in, please. Like we said last time, fill in the blanks. But I mean, it's just like the first things first. You're paying for it, right? If you decide to pay for everything, it's your wedding. You and your partner get to decide what goes and what doesn't go in your wedding. So that's totally fine. We'll start with that. And pricing, right? You're not only counting the mom, the parents, the mom and the dad, you're also including the kids and this and that. So once you get the kids out of the picture, now you can only just focus on the adults, right? Another thing that I feel that it's a pro is, all of the adults will actually be able to enjoy the night. Will they actually? Maybe there might be some that will be focusing on like, oh my gosh, the kids, ¿dónde están? Are they okay?
Yeah.
But the thing is that like me in my personal experience, or I don't know if you've seen it, like whenever you go to my family parties, the parents or like the older siblings are always running around with the kids and trying to make sure that they're okay. Que no se metan aquí y ya se cayó y que esto otro. Oh, I have to go wait for them until they go eat. So they're constantly having to worry about their kids. So I don't feel like they can fully enjoy the moment and be present. Right?
True.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, you had a point. It's just, again, like, we don't have that feeling about being a parent. So we don't know that feeling they're missing. Maybe, and it's not really common. I mean, for when I was growing up, it's not really common for somebody to go drop off their kid to have them babysit. So I think that's where I don't really see the connection. It's like, it's that easy. Or like, yes, I understand what you're going for, but like, again, parenting is parenting, right? And it's hard.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with that. They almost have to decide, I'm going to the wedding or I'm leaving my kid by themselves. So I think most of the time parents just go with the kids.
I know.
Unfortunately.
After I'm done talking about this, people are like, oh, heck no, I'm already not signing myself up for her wedding. The next one, another thing that I was thinking about is, have you ever watched pretty much just watched like a quinceañera video like during the ceremony, or like a wedding video during the ceremony where it's supposed to be like such a beautiful and wholesome moment. Everybody's really enjoying the ceremony. Have you ever watched or anything like that?
Enjoying the moment. I mean, you should enjoy the moment all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're trying to go for. What, you want people crying and tearing up all the time? Is that
No.
an enjoyable type of wedding and quinceañera for you?
No, okay. Yeah, no, because it's enjoyable. Like all you want to focus on is like what the words are, the message that you're receiving. But the next thing you know, you hear, wah! And, and then you see a little kid running around and this and that's going on. So maybe some people, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying anything, but maybe I am. I'm like, there's some people who don't take responsibility over their kids. Like I've seen so many videos where the kids are just running around, knocking stuff down, and the parents are just there chilling.
Yeah.
And they're not respecting, again, you're putting in so much money, so much effort to this moment that's supposed to be so important and just a highlight of your life. And then next thing you know, just because the kids, I love kids, but when it's something that I'm really looking forward, that we're looking forward to, and next thing you know, it's just ruined.
Yeah, so I guess, you gave me a great business idea, and hopefully people don't take it away.
I
It's
think
like
I know.
have a childcare on the wedding or
Yes.
quinceañera or a party to have a little section just for themselves.
Like at church, you know how they have like the little side room for the
the
kids, just for
child
the
room.
kids. Mm-hmm.
But with okay, I'm going to kind of twist it on you and you're going to be like, what the heck? But no, I want you to finish I feel like you're going with the kids. And I get it. You want to enjoy the moment. And yes, maybe in our culture, again, as I mentioned, we don't really have the kids being somewhere else where we can have an eye on them. So that's why it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to really answer your questions or the ways you're feeling.
Yeah.
And again, my family has to deal with it. But, things have been changing. But what else do you have?
No, that's it. No, that's pretty much it. Those are pretty much like the top three things. Was it three? Yeah. 3 or 4 things that I have always thought about. It's like, you know what? Yeah, it's great. Family, y esto otro. But it's just like, you know what? Yeah, I want my guest, not just myself, but I want my guests to be able to enjoy themselves, because it's not going to be for a whole day. It's not going to be a whole week. It's only going to be for a couple of hours. The ceremony, let's say the ceremony, everything, you can set up the ceremony where it's like back to back to back. And you don't have to stay for the whole thing if you don't want to. You can only stay for maybe a portion of it. Or if you want to, maybe they'll plan and be like, oh yeah, we're only going to stay for a little bit because my kids no kids are allowed. Once they're there, what if they're like, okay, we'll stay here hasta que se acabe.
Right. I mean, I get it. I get where you're going. It's just a little bit more like, I don't really think the focus anymore, it's kids though. Like, I know what you're coming from because we always seen that kids run around, they're screaming. But in reality, I don't think the kids are going to be issues anymore.
You don't think so?
I think the issues now, where I'm going to my topic, is people on their phone getting in the way of the camera crew.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think that's the biggest issue right now.
You know
kids.
what? Oh, you know what? Now you changed my mind. Now I'm gonna have a solo wedding.
No,
just me and my immediate family.
No, I don't think you've seen it, but nowadays, party planners are now not making, obviously it's, if you want or not, but whether organizers or, the bride and the groom are doing is the party planners are giving the people Ziploc bags that they have to put their phones in there now.
I love that. Okay, I love that. But now I'm just like, okay, what if I need my phone? Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure like if you need your phone, you can be like, okay, I need my phone really quick. Let me just check it every now and then if my kids are at home, just to check in on them.
Or go get your phone, basically I would say there's somebody there always around the phones, right? So you have a ticket, just like your coats, las chamarras, when you go somewhere and they give you a ticket. I think it'd be the same way. So yeah, if you need to go look at your phone, glance at it, then go glance at it. But in the reception, I'm sorry, you can't have it.
Yeah, love that. I like that. You know what? And I like that. How do you feel about that? Do you like that? You just mentioned it, but how do you feel about that?
That's a little bit more that I can speak out because I'm an adult now. So I would say, yeah, that's a great idea. because again, it's more of like you mentioned, you're in the moment, everybody's in the moment. It's not cute. Let me take a selfie, let me take a picture. Maybe again, we've seen people do boots now of, having pictures. So that's a good way. You need, and it's almost you're sharing that moment because you're going over there and taking the picture. You have to go because those are the only pictures you can take.
Right.
And then same thing, the video crew is, videotaping, and now you're gonna be excited like back in the day when you had the video crew give you, the whole CD and you gather all your family and let's enjoy the moment again.
Yeah, because people have viewing, like they have watch parties after the wedding, and you get the video, you get everybody together, like you said, and you just view the video. That way you don't have la tia or la mamá y tapando. Yeah, because they're trying to do their job. The photographers, the videographers, they're all trying to do their jobs, and there's people who are, interfering with that.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I like that.
So you see, that's where I was saying the toys again. I'm sorry if I couldn't really talk much about the kids situation, and I know you're not really going like, oh, you don't want kids or you don't like kids in several places, but there is sometimes that it's unfortunately they're being grouchy or they're just running all over the place, and we have to understand there are kids. So maybe the best thing to do, party planners, give me 20%. Pongan un little kindergarten section on the side.
And that's the thing. Right now that you mentioned party planners, y que babysitting, there's and ahora vando los going to maybe the solution, right? What can you possibly do to be able to achieve an all-adult wedding for people who actually have kids? So yes, babysitting, right? Find a babysitter. I know not everybody can just, they don't have a babysitter a call away, and you can't just trust anybody, right? Me personally, I wouldn't be able to just like, oh, let me just hit some random person up and they can take care of my kids. Right. Heck no, I would not. But the thing is that there has to be some sort of way that you can work it out. If you can't work it out, I get it, right? Like then you won't be able to go. And I know it's such a really important moment. There's a lot of family members who have kids, who really have kids, and that they would love to go. And they're like, I can think of so many people that they would absolutely love to go. And at the same time, I know that they would enjoy it if they didn't take their kids. And it's tough. I know it's a very tough thing, but and like I've mentioned before, sometimes you do have to be a little selfish. And I know selfish is just such a negative word, but way to look at. But you want to. I'm looking at more as, again, I want my people to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it.
You want to be the little kid, the adult kid for that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing is, like you said, it's babysitting on site. But then that can be, again, that's the same thing. The parents are not going to be focusing on it again.
Because it's the same thing as the phone situation. You're just going to go and take a look, an eye. You're going to go look at them and see if they're okay, if they've ate, or, they need to go to a restroom or something. So maybe that'd be the way party planners are able to get more business. Like, we include
babysitting,
a little section for the kids.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. Like, should it really be a responsibility? Like, you're still going, you're still extending an extra hand to, okay, I'll provide somebody to watch the kids. And of course, there's going to be waivers. Make sure that everything is in place, that it's legit, that somebody who knows that has all of their safety backgrounds and all of that. So, I mean, that's just my part. I feel like that would be the only solution. But then again, I would love to have the kids there, but there's that other side of it that's like, no. Comment down below, like, if you guys or anybody would like to share if they've ever experienced an all-adult wedding, or if they would like to have an adult wedding. What are people's thoughts on it? Like, I want to know if you would be okay with having an all-adult wedding, or if you've been to one. I would like to know.
Yeah, I mean, weddings at this time and age, they're way different now. Now it's just going to the console and getting married. Now it's going to take a field trip to a resort and getting married. just your own little family, not having parties anymore.
Yeah.
Instead of having a party, try to invest that money. So, I mean, there's a lot of things now with weddings.
Yeah.
And it's really what the groom and the bride want.
Yep. And it's easy for me to say like, yeah, no kids because I have no kids.
Pues sí,
and
you
I know that's
travel
what
by
people are
yourself
like,
all the
well, do
time.
you have kids? Yeah, we travel all the
No,
time.
you hasta me dejas atrás también, so por eso you don't mind to
Wait
leave
a
by
minute.
yourself.
What do you mean? ¿Cómo que te dejo atrás?
Yeah, it's just a joke.
That's the thing, man. That would be another hot topic. Kids or no kids? Kids or no? That'll be the next one.
Well, we already talked about it a little bit in another episode.
Just a little
How
bit.
old are you to have kids? So
What if
También.
we bring someone in who doesn't have kids and someone who does have kids? And then I'd be like, kids or no kids, and then just let them beef it out. Like, what about this? Da, 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 da. But okay. What you got for us, Lenchito? Moving on to the other one. A lo que vinieron.
Ay, ay,
Move
ay.
on. Let's move on.
Bueno, after you going to joyful or sadness, I don't know which one you want to put it to.
I
Pero
don't
las
know.
mías van a estar bien contradicentes because I'm like a way over here, we can say, and you're like all
That's
the way on
completely
this.
different from my topic.
A whole thing different from your topic. I was watching Do Know and Snow the Product.
Oh, Snow. We love Snow.
Episode. Oh, you love her?
I like her. I've
Yeah.
been watching her lately. She's been growing on me. I think I
Okay.
first saw her when she came out on IE and Friends. Yeah,
Okay.
she was on IE and Friends.
Yeah, so I was watching their podcast, and this is basically on Snow the Product podcast. And they were talking, so a little bit is that she's having a tour, but her tour is the quinceañera tour.
La Quinceañera tour.
Yeah, so she was explaining a little bit how she's kind of making this tour to be for her. And it's more of a focus, like as the name says, quinceañera tour, because when she was back in, I believe she's a Mexican, meaning like she was born and raised there and then moved over here. She was explaining how it didn't really have, money to be able to do it. So now that she's able to afford it, or even with the tour, it was more of a feeling like, oh, this is mi quinceañera.
Yeah.
All right. So, and the one of those times, she was telling Duno, like, hey, we do this cultural ritual on where I come from. And I was like, what the hell?
What is he? Is he
What is
Mexican?
who? Duno? Uh-huh. Yeah, why?
Okay. No, because he said where we come from. But go ahead. Sorry to cut
Oh,
you off.
perdón. Where we come from? Well, I'm talking about is the Snow the Product. That's what I meant by
she was
where
saying
she
that.
comes from. Yeah. So, have you ever heard of Tastuanes?
Tastuanes?
Uh-huh.
I have not.
¿Verdad que no?
No.
So, basically, Snow the Product comes from La Mezquitera by Uchipitla, Zacatecas, Mexico. Tuastanes, it's a ritual, like I mentioned, in July. And the reason why they celebrate it is for Santo Santiago. So they celebrate Santo Santiago in July, and I'm guessing it's, I did see like July 24 noon is when they started for 3 days, but I think there's other little pueblitos that they celebrated as well. But I'm not sure if they probably celebrate like before July 24, but her part of Zacatecas, they do it in July 24. So Tastuanes means a leader. So Tastuanes, I'm gonna think they're indigenous before Spaniards went to invade. But basically what they wear and what they celebrate there is that they have a crown of tails of cows. So imagine like
Cow tails?
Yeah, so imagine like a big old sombrero almost, but like I guess the fur of the cow tail, they kind of like make it come down almost like dreads. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna show you a video.
Interesting.
Pero that's what they wear, and they wear a mask of wood. And they're all covered up in capes. So in reality, let's say like cuando agarran, I'm not going to say they have a plaza. I'm not sure if they have a plaza or not. But when they gather with each other, you really can't tell who's who.
Because they're all messed
Because
up.
they're all dressed up.
Ooh, yeah.
And at the last thing, they wear leather boots with, I think she said, with steel toes.
Órale.
Okay, so the reason why they celebrate Santo Santiago is because when the Spaniards went against the indigenous Cascanes, because there's an X there, so it's silent, right? So Cascanes, and they brought their religion and language. So basically, Spaniards invaded the Cascanes little pueblito. So that's why I'm saying I'm a little confused that I think the Tastuanes are probably other Aztecs that came in and invade that little part of the pueblito.
Oh. See, I love that. That's what I love, that, Mexico, pues it's so old, and Mexico, and it's so big that cada región tiene sus cultura, I guess their cultures, their own little, I don't know if you would say rituals.
Yeah,
or traditions.
Depending what Aztec you were or what indigenous you were, there was different type, as you're mentioning now. Anything else you have before I cut you kind of go to the next one?
No, I'm just like, man, Mexico is grande.
Yeah. And that's kind of, when we try and travel to Mexico, people are like, there's so much to travel into Mexico and look at stuff that we always think about, let's go somewhere else instead of our own little country, but not little country.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's always a lot more to discover.
I actually do have a question. Do they say what does it signify? What is it that they're or they're just worshiping the leader?
Spaniards, because Spaniards won the cascada, the Casanes.
So that's a Spaniard tradition.
No. Well, it has to do with religion and language. So honestly, it's because they took over the Cascanes.
Yeah.
So they brought Catholicism. And it goes back to the whole Spaniards invading, unfortunately. Yeah. So that's the sad part about it. But in reality, because Santo Santiago brought his religious and his language over.
Yeah.
And again, it's just been so many years and generations that we probably start forgetting what really happened.
What really happened, and what's the meaning of everything? Why the cowtails? Why the mask? Why the cloak or whatever?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just, I think those Tastuanes, those Aztecs used to wear it back in the day. And so them and the Spaniards invaded this little part of the pueblo. Oh. But what really brought me to, because she wants to have Tastuanes on her quinceañera. So she wants to bring a little bit of her culture over to the States, and she wants to show you guys like them. So they dance in celebration. They dance for, I think I said, for 3 days, but they dance tamborazo, and they're just spinning around. They gather themselves and they're celebrating by spinning around.
Literally just spinning nonstop, or just
But one of the fun factors, I don't know if it's fun, but it's almost like they're bringing back again the reenact of the war. They grab each other and they throw themselves on the ground and they kick themselves.
Oh, with the steel toe.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
See, I've never heard of that tradition before.
Yeah,
That's a new one.
It's a reenactment of basically, as we mentioned at that time. So I'll show you a video para que los mires y para que la gente los mire también. Ahorita no vayas a empezar a bailar también, ¿eh?
Dingies, 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 dingies.
It's cool how the hair of the cow cell is just jumping everywhere.
It reminds me of Cow It. O La Tía Bailando.
La Tía Bailando. So yeah, I think this is day and night for 3 days. There is a little part basically where, a time where with the church, they do a little, I think they remind themselves that, Christ died on us on the cross. So there's a little part where they don't do the dancing and just go look in the streets, go see this play. So, but again, I think
in
day and night. Yeah, in July. They do it in July.
Oh, it must be hot. Imagine with all that cow hair on your head.
But I'll show you a video now where you can see them fighting or throwing themselves on the ground.
That's interesting.
Oh, this is it.
Dingies, 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 dingies. Agreñazos.
Yeah.
Get her. Well, get him, because it's only men, you said.
Yeah, just men.
Toma! Body slam!
Yeah. And imagine you could land in your head and then basically get a concussion.
That cow hair is going to protect your head.
No, it doesn't. See? So yeah, they're all covered up. So you don't imagine you get ready, todos ahí en centro y agarrarse uno con otro. You don't know who is who.
It's like,
Imagine
that's not a
if you're,
riot.
like tenías un pedo con alguien y nomás lo agarras y lo tiras en el piso.
Esta por quitarme la vaca.
So yeah, this is basically Tastuanes for you.
That's interesting.
So,
I want to learn more about it.
like Tastuanes?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of already broke it down for you. That's really what it is. So, they basically celebrate that, son católicos.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Look like because you know who cousin it is?
No.
From the Addams Family. The one that goes,
Oh, yeah. Well, he's like a creature,
Yeah, pero le dicen cousin it. He's just full of hair.
No.
But that's interesting. Like I guess, like I said, I think it's just interesting to see like different traditions from different cultures.
Mexico. Anything else you have for us before I move to my next one?
Move on to the next one. This one was interesting.
Well,
keep it going.
Another culture basically comes from Peru. So Peru, the end of the year, they have this thing called it's a ritual on fist fighting.
Oh,
so
I've
they
seen
fist
that.
fight. And again, Duno showed this to Snow the Product. And so I looked a little bit more into it. And yeah, basically Peru, any age, it could be women nowadays too. They do it the end of the year from the 24, the 23 to the 26. They have this event and it's just not for fighting, guys. They actually do have, it's a bigger fiesta, but during this is part of the event, one of the events of the fiestas.
Can I say more? Is it true? Is it true that they do that just so that it's que si traes pedo con alguien aquí te lo vas a resolver aquí
yes.
agárrense and after I don't know how maybe you have more information but like is there like a time limit? Okay, from this time to this time you're gonna resolve your problems a golpes and then after that like it's done.
So the festivities, sorry, correct me, is from the 24th to the 26th. So again, this is just part of that big fiesta. So I can't really tell you pinpoint is this day, this time, but it's just one of those days that they do it and there is no time limit. And the biggest reason why they do this is because the pueblo that they are from, there's only 3 cops. And the biggest or the closest court case is 12 hours away. So they're like, okay, what a better way to solve the pedo is, well, at the end of the year, we're going to have this event, right? And the other second reason why they do it is because they feel like they want to be a new them to the new year.
So, so you said it's from what are the dates?
From the December 24th to the 26th. So I did see that in Christmas, they don't do this at all, though.
On the day of Christmas.
Yeah, day of Christmas.
Well, no, that's
Well,
the day
see, but
Jesus was born.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only day they probably don't do it, but maybe the other days they do or the time. But yeah, the other reason why they do it is because they don't have a court system. It's too far away, so they're like, fuck it, let's do it here.
So it's just like this little town, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's only a town of 10,000 people.
Yeah,
assumingly, maybe there's a little bit more.
Oh my gosh! Imagine the little kids. Me quitaste mi troquita.
Yeah, so this little town is called Santo Tomas. It's capital of Chumbilcas, Providence, and Peruvian Andes. So para los peruanos, si nos ayudan un poquito aquí. But yeah, other thing from there. So the actual fist fighting ritual for them is called Takanakuy.
Takanakuy.
So in Quechua, takar means to hit, and nakuy means to reciprocally.
See, there's meaning in a word. Like it's not just like, oh, let me just put these letters together. There's a meaning in it.
Yes, and like I mentioned, to start the new year as a fresh start.
We got to start that here in the States, man. There's a lot of tension
that's
here.
What I was going to ask you after we learned a little bit more of them. I was going to say that. So basically, they believe that it comes back from their indigenous the whole ritual, they believe like it comes back from them, or a reminder of the Spaniard and indigenous war they had themselves. They're not sure. Some people it's for the indigenous. Some say it's because the war that the Spaniards, when they try to, they try, right? Because they won the war, try and come in and invade to Peru.
See, that's what I say. That's right now that you're talking about that, like the whole war and stuff. Like en vez de, like the leaders, los que quieren guerra, que entre ellos dos, pues se pongan ahí a pelearse también. ¿Para qué tienen que meter a todos? Peleense entre ellos dos.
Well, funny that you say this because in this one, the rules are simple. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit more of what you're saying. The rules are simple. You could do everything but pull hair.
What?
Scratch and bring weapons, obviously.
Yeah,
But you can kick, you can punch, you can
bite.
No, you can't bite either. No, you can't bite either.
Just like
but just hitting with the fist. That's what it's called, a fist ritual.
Imagínate las abuelitas.
Yeah, there is. They're basically, it's only, it's themselves, the indigenous or Peruvian. There's no judge, there's no winner or nothing. This is just the ritual. And at the end of the time, or not the end, pero ya cuando somebody really gets hurt, knocked down, they solve it by a hug. So there's pelea at the beginning, but again, they want to become a new them for the new year, so they hug it out.
Imagine if they don't resolve it, it's like round 2.
For the next year?
Finish it.
Hasta next year again. Pues the only way you're going to win in reality, but there's still respect, is pues cómo quedó el otro, right? Si uno está más puteado que el otro, pues you obviously know, pues yo gané, pero you don't get your hand like at the end of the boxing.
Like,
you don't get it,
just hug.
Raised up.
Well, at least they ended with the hug and then, ¿quién ganó? Yo gané, dame.
Well, see?
Imagine they start bets. I'm pretty sure people bet like, ¿quién crees que va a ganar? ¿Quién va a ganar? Que yo.
So yeah, there's, as you mentioned, there's kids, there's grandma, grandpas, there's all the ages. But one of the main ones where it's kind of funny that they mention is that at this time it doesn't matter what is your place. Meaning, like, if you have a bronca with your boss, aquí te puedes agarrar putazos and they can't fire you.
Really?
Because it's out of respect.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the place that you basically hold. Like, it doesn't matter.
No, pues qué bueno que no tengo broncas con mi boss. Porque si no, I'm going to buy you a first class ticket to Peru.
That's kind of, you know what, but I don't know if you have to be, if in reality you have to be part of
the culture.
Of the culture. Because imagine if anybody can just walk there and do it.
Hey, that'll bring them some tourism.
Damn. Now you're getting more. It's a ritual. It goes back to indigenous. Let's not bring the same situation that happened in San Bernardino when people started taking over just for the money.
Where?
Pues aquí, corrieron todos los indios.
No, I see what you mean. So, no, but imagine, because I see what you mean. Yeah, like it's probably something sacred for them.
Yeah.
And if they bring somebody, I don't know if they do, but if let's say if they were to bring somebody else in, then they wouldn't really know how to play by the rules, Or
it's not really a ritual that they feel like it's
a tradition.
Traditional. Like, they're basically fulfilling themselves to be a new person for the next year. So some of the fights that they say is by basically, it shows that you can protect yourself and your loved ones against injustice, stolen lovers. So some people fight for that.
Cheaters.
Cheap, because there's sheep there. The animal, food, and daily hardships. So those are one of the main reasons why people actually do this.
Wait,
tradition.
so I can fight. So it's like, hey, I really want that sheep. I'm going to fight you for it?
No, it's because they steal it.
Oh, so if you win, you get the sheep back. No,
because this is the culture. This is the putazos and yo te tengo.
Like, keep my sheep, but let me give you a knuckle sandwich.
At the end of the year, this is the time.
Heck?
And with that's another product, and do you know what we're saying? Like,
if you have an issue
with somebody and you're like, fuck it, at the end of the year, te voy a agarrar, would you start training for it?
Heck yes, imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that you have to be prepared because what if the other person's doing it and you're unprepared?
Yeah.
Might as well. Mm-hmm. Imagine the beginning of the year, you're all scrawny. At the end of the year, todo mamado.
Hey, you had an issue with me a couple months, so what's stopping you now?
Like, what's good? What's good?
Yeah, crazy.
What if, like, imagine with, like you and me, a couple. I hate it that you keep leaving the toilet. You don't do it, but the toilet seat up. You know how, like, it's common. We're going to fight for this. A ver si así aprendes. And then we'll hug it out. We'll hug it out. I'll even give you a kiss.
That's not part of the ritual, though. It's not man against woman.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think...
Also, it has to be the same gender.
Yeah, same gender. I think, honestly, it just started to be that the women can do it now. It just started. It wasn't... They weren't able to do it. Tampoco. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think a guy and a girl can fight.
Man, throw them in there too.
Damn, margarita violencia. Si un día me miran con un ojo morado, ya saben por qué.
Again, train for it. Witness. Train for it. I'll make sure while we're living together, I'll be like, yeah, this is protein, 100% Yes, it's all lean beef. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, then I'll show you también un video.
About the fight?
About
I was going to ask you. I was like, no, maybe it'll throw you off, but...
No, I have it here. So this is one of them for the 2023.
Is that a bird? That's probably just the icon.
Some of them do dress up. They're, again, it's a ritual. So they didn't really explain much of, like, como que se ponen. Some of them wear, like, a... what's the thing that you put, like, a belt on your waist?
A belt?
Yeah, like a... like a sábana, and you tie it up. I don't really...
Well, we'll see right now. A ver si me acuerdo.
Well, the thing is, like, there's really not a specific way to dress up. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just looked a little bit on the video, and there's a lot of people wearing different things, but some of them are not even wearing anything, but they are wearing this type of scarf around their waist. Mm-hmm. And I know, like, it comes from back in the day también, because you would see, like, little monitos with this thing. Charros wear it, too. They wear it in their hip.
I see what you mean. I thought you meant like a whole skirt thing, but like a red
like a
thing.
ribbon.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay,
yeah. So some of them do wear that.
Play it. I'm anxious. I can't wait. Get them. They're dancing. Like, is that traditional for them to dance before? Oh, he's drinking steroids.
Let me skip a little bit.
Yeah, skip it a little bit. I want to.
Oh, we got to the great commercials.
Get to the nitty and gritty of it. Skip it. Fight.
Dang.
Oh my God, I'm on the first one. Hey, get him down. His jeans are real tight. Ooh.
So they really, really, like, they bleed. And I think, like, there's really not stopping. I think the own people that are watching stop them, you know, if one is really hurt.
Yeah.
But, like, there's really no time.
What's this guy? Like, is he the ref?
Yeah, he's the part of the community where he just sees when somebody's really, you know, damaged or really hurt, like, they stop it. And the only rule that you have here is that you
they hugged it out already. That was it?
Well, the only rule that you have here is basically that when somebody's on the ground, you cannot hit them.
Oh, okay. Well, at least they have some safe rules. Look, they're probably going to fight, but they're dancing next to each other.
Then I'll show you just one last fight. And
what's the name of the tradition? Takanakuy?
Uh-huh.
Skip it. Go to the good stuff. I mean, the tradition. I wonder why they're fighting. You know, I wish they could say on the bottom, están peleando porque le quitó su girl, or le está peleando porque le dijo feo.
Algo así. So this is the guys. Now I'll show you on the girls. Pa que miras que también hay.
I know. I've seen the one where, like, little old ladies, and they're older ladies y tienen, they have like a skirt, and they look like you're like, for me, like, así se visten en el rancho sometimes, and
like old times.
Like old times. Takanakuy. We should go. I wonder if anybody can just go to watch.
Yeah, so these are young.
Yeah. She's like, come here, mente.
And on this one, like, she didn't want to stop.
That one?
Uh-huh.
The one in the pink?
Yeah. That's just, they're a little bit more older now.
No, entonces the one in the previous one, they're going to want to go at it next year.
Yeah, probably.
Ooh, they were training for sure. Ooh.
So, yeah, no pulling here. So that's why they, you know, have it all braid up.
Oh. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
And kick.
Oh my god. Oh my
Otro
gosh.
kick. Yeah.
Why did they stop it? They weren't on the floor.
No, but I mean, they were hitting some bombers there. They were getting pretty.
I'm like, pay by the rules. Somebody has to be on the floor.
Ay, tampoco.
Oh my god. Íralas. Bam, bam.
As you can tell,
Bam,
you guys
bam.
really have emotion to it, huh? The guys weren't even this physical.
No, when you... I guess so. You guys were like backing up.
Yeah.
Because we don't care. We'll come
Frida?
for you.
Oh, damn.
4?
Triple treat?
3. Oh, no, 3.
Oh, no. I think she's just a
ref, maybe?
Yeah, from the community. But these are young, too.
I mean, they look cute.
Yeah.
They're all dressed up.
Alrighty. So what do you take from this? As you mentioned at the beginning, like imagine having something like this anywhere.
Here, anywhere.
And again, it's not providing, it's really, again, if you see it as a tradition and you're able to respect each other after and hug it out maybe as the, oh my goodness, Tastuanes, sorry. As the Tastuanes, why not, right?
Yeah.
Like much respect.
I need to see stats. Like, I need to see, Juanita and whatever, the other girl. And after this, they became best friends and they're doing great. Like, it's working out just fine. Pero si, if every single year se van a querer andar agarrando, and what if throughout the year, are they really good? If it's really working.
Well, I think again, that's what I'm saying. You guys go with so much emotion because in reality,
you guys do too. Anybody does.
Let me give you my point of view, because I think you being like in the man side, I would say like, pues si te madrió bien feo, pues why are you gonna go back and try and find it? Maybe if you do a little bit of training, right? If you go to the training this time and you went the next year, pues ya la third, ya es revancha, and whoever wins 2 out of 3, sorry.
But I don't think it's gonna resolve anything. Like the issue's still gonna be there. The only thing that you're gonna get is just you're just gonna be embarrassed. It's like, damn, me ganaron, me madriaron.
No, but again, they don't see it this way.
Well, I mean, if they're really true to that tradition, I got something. If they're really true to their tradition and they stick to, okay, we hashed it out, y hasta aquí llegó, then great. Entonces maybe we can bring it over here. Like bring it.
Then that's a good point. You see, that is a good point. You only fight once and that's it for the whole lifetime.
I wonder how that would play out here.
Pues no sabemos, but I think it's a little bit more respectable.
You can, in a sense, it is boxing. Boxing, you can say like, you know what, I want to get into boxing. Like, both you and I, we can go to a ring and box it out.
True.
You can. That's a thing.
Muy cierto.
Go to your local boxing. I think there's one in like Colton, no?
There's a lot. It's kind of weird that we have a lot around here.
Really? I only know like Adrenaline and...
No, there's like Rialto, Colton. I think Fontana has one. I mean, think of every city around our area has a boxing gym.
Yeah.
So, pues sí, como dice Margarita, si quieren putazos y no balazos, mejor váyanse al boxing ring.
No, como dice the president, abrazos no balazos.
Abrazos no balazos.
But you said putazos no balazos.
No, well, whatever. One or the other works, right?
Yes,
Resolve the situation
I guess putazos
instead.
mejor que balazos, because I mean, But that was a good one. Good one. I like your videos. I like your research you did today.
Well, hopefully, everybody else enjoys it too. And again, we're not promoting violence. No. It's just nice to see different cultures.
Good thing we don't have beef with anybody, huh? If not, it would be like, ahorita, where's the boxing ring? Let's get them in there.
And ya te aceleraste mucho. Vete para afuera, do some training or something para que te calmes.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I don't got no beef with nobody.
That was it for me, Margarita. I think that wrapped up the episode.
That was a good last y nos vamos topic.
Okay.
I like these cultures. We should do another one. Look for another like interesting tradition, cultures like that.
All right. Well, we will try and give that to the people.
Yes.
And thank you again. And don't forget, as we mentioned, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, guys. Like the video.
Comment, subscribe, and all the new subscribers as always. I hope you guys are enjoying it.
And
you guys are watching, and everyone else. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you're watching from now, drop a like, drop a comment. Which one was your favorite video? What was your favorite topic today?
Así es. So don't forget to follow us as well and all our social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok.
Yes, and you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at your favorite Margarita.
And you could just find us at Last One y Nos Vamos.